Chick.
Yeah.
Middle of the month already, bro.
You
flying already. Fucking ridiculous. Welcome to the Free Cage Podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all DSPs, of course. But to my right, I got my main guy, my ace. My left and my right this week, Shawn, better known as Mr. Sensually on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man. Better known as King Kaepernick on all those socials. But it's the middle of the month. It's not quite as hot as we need it to be, but we're there. We're there. How was your last couple weeks, my man?
Last couple weeks are cool, man. Everybody is on vacation, but not.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So they're on a beach or they're in a vacation place, but they're checking emails.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of emails today. People saying, "Oh, I'm just getting in," or
yeah.
"Oh, I'm on my way to the airport."
Yeah.
Mad depressing when you're sitting in the office.
Yeah, man. So, coming into July, it's always tricky. There's high-level stuff, but then there's stuff that's kind of dwindling because people are on vacation. It's usually like that in the summer months.
Yep. Yeah, nobody wants to be there.
Yeah.
Summer Fridays turn into summer weeks. And
yes.
then everybody's gone till September starts revving up. You know how it go.
Yeah.
Office is slow motion until football season's back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. But, yeah, man, July. A couple things coming up towards the end of the month. But last couple weeks was decent for me. Nothing crazy. That Kawasaki shit for the kids.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it. I always call it the bike.
Kowalski?
I can't even catch my nigga. When my wife told me what he had, I said, the motorcycle? He ain't got a license. But, yeah, man, the Kawasaki, man, it got my boy.
Dang.
He was out, partying with the babies, the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wife took him to a party the other week. Came back, just wasn't the same. But he's good. He's on the up and up. He's back.
Mm-hmm.
Dodged the Kawasaki. I told him to get a Ford, man. Keep it in the U.S.
That's what's up, man.
But he's
That's
doing
what's
good.
up.
He's a trooper. He is a trooper.
Oh yeah, man. Definitely. It's in the blood.
We'll do. We'll for sure. For sure.
Hell yeah, man.
Weird news out the city. For those that don't know, this is a New York City-based podcast, so a lot of news and stuff we may talk about may be from the local area. But last week there was a place that's close to my heart, has always been there since I grew up. The Bodega, the corner store, the spot, the 2-4, whatever you want to call it, Aki spot. It's a place that you just. It's weird. It becomes family to you after a while. You start to see the young kids get older, then they have kids, and then they're walking the cat. It's always cool to see the transition. But out in Harlem, if I'm not mistaken, gentleman's name, Jose Alba. There was a situation with the female. I don't think she had enough money for the purchase. She leaves, tells the boyfriend. The boyfriend comes back on one. Goes behind the counter. Confrontation starts, and the bodega clerk, for the most part, Mr. Alba, he's very hesitant, just listening to whatever the guy has to tell him, trying to stay calm. And then he's seen a little opening, like to get away, feared for his life, stabbed him up.
Yeah,
sucks that it had to be caught on camera, but I'm happy this one was, because if that camera wasn't there, it could have been bad for him. But he got arrested, unfortunately, because the gentleman unfortunately died, and they had his bail like $250,000 at one point. Public outcries like, "Yo, old man minding his business behind the register. This can't really be his fault. He's self-defense." At some point, the courts agreed, lowered it to $50K, and got him out of there. But did you see the video?
Yeah.
What bugged me was he had on an Amiri shirt. And it don't matter what you wanted in this corner store, you should be able to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
$5 milk, $10 wipes, whatever it should have been. You should have had that on you, gave it to your lady, let her finish her purchase.
Mm-hmm.
For it to escalate to that level, I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. But shouts to Jose. Happy he was able to see another day. Happy he was able to pay the post bail, because I could have ended differently. I don't think they found any weapons on the individual, but nobody wants to get beat up at work. So, shouts to Jose and his fam. Hopefully, the litigation process isn't too.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because, even with the Miri shirt on, and there's a Tupac documentary when he talks about it, a 7-second problem caused them money and some time in jail.
Big facts.
And we just got to learn to control our emotions better. There was no reason to go behind it. Unless this man put his hands on your lady, there was no reason to go behind that counter. Once you went behind that counter, you accepted anything that transpired after that. And then once you put your hands on the man, that was automatically, assault.
Yeah.
So now he's just building on the charges behind there, doing whatever, right? So yeah, that man went into defense mode. He was calm. He was sitting there like a possum, like, you got it. Like you said, got his opening, and you see the first strike right to the neck. I was like, oh, this guy's trained. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know who's behind them counters, man.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't want to find out.
Yeah, so definitely, like you said, it was sad to see. It's sad to hear, but it's a message to all of the young people out there, not just my brothers. Because there's even another viral video of some ladies destroying a restaurant, and they both got arrested. Yeah, like they're ripping off the fiberglass counter and all this other stuff. We got to do better. We got to control our emotions because we look like clowns out here.
Every time on tape.
Exactly. Yet we want to go on protests and talk about equal opportunity and talk about all this other stuff. But then we have this whole other side of us that's just out here wilding, acting like animals, and that's why sometimes you end up get treated like one.
That's
so
a fact.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's weird. With blacks or people of color, it's always the extreme. On the other side of the fence, it's the Karens of the world. It's like, oh, they didn't react physically; they react through a 911 call.
Right.
Is one outweigh the other? If it's a false purpose of the phone call versus you overextending your physical harm on someone, like, they're both terrible outcomes, but there's no happy medium. Whatever happened to just talking it out. Like, nobody wants to, hey, did you take my cell phone? No. You sure? All right. Guess I gotta believe you, but for me to call 911 on a hunch is rough. You know what I'm saying? And for the guy defending his girl over pennies, he could have just resolved that when she said, hey, he's not giving me this for free. It's a store. It's a place of business, exchange of goods. You give him money, he give you product. You have no money, you get no product. Either here's the money or, all right, let's go somewhere else to get the other product. But like you said, man, just unnecessary shit, bro.
Absolutely.
Unnecessary.
Absolutely. So we diving in early, people, to the question segment. We got some pretty good ones here, and this one is actually right on time. The very first one. Best summer vacation memory.
It's weird. I think my best vacation summer memory, right after high school, graduated, was going to Florida. I felt like it was going to be the best summer of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, packed my shit up, hugged all the... I looked many a friend of mine in the eyes, said, yo, bro, I might not see you again, my nigga. And we all understood, high school split, everybody goes their way, finds their niche, road, lane, whatever. I had mine, set on Florida. Go make it big out there, whatever. As far as the memory, that leaving, just that little part, that's the memory. That's the good part. The reality of it didn't work out in my favor. I was back New York no time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, there are no corner stores. There are no bodegas. I can't go to the gas station for everything. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out. But I think that glimpse of hope was my best memory of what would have happened in Florida if shit worked in my favor. But good memory nonetheless.
Yeah.
How about yourself, sir?
Definitely. It's tough for me, man, because as a kid, I really, Florida is all I really went, right? Whether it was my mother's side, father's side. But the best one, man, I have to say was, this wasn't even summer.
We take early fall, late spring.
Yeah. So all right. So if we could do that, it would be the first. Well, shit, I think that's October when we first went to Miami.
Yeah, not Labor. Columbus? No.
Yeah, that was Columbus, so that don't count.
It was hot though.
Yo, Miami is always hot.
It was hot though.
I have to say, first vacation with, she was just my girl at the time with my wife when we went to DR.
Okay.
That was really good. Like from the minute we got there, just getting on the plane, it was just straight fun.
Nice.
It was the first time out the country, and the first thing I'm thinking is just don't get kidnapped.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Not this week.
Like,
not this week.
And it was funny because family always tells you weird stories, right? So I remember being in the kitchen of the Paneros, and Lucy was talking about the first time they went to DR and how all this crazy stuff happened where people was trying to snatch their suitcase and all this other stuff, like, come with me, I'll take you there, and how the men were super aggressive at the women. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, shit, doing like extra push-ups the night before we about to get on the plane and all that. In case. And as soon as we get off at the airport, I'm clutching my suitcase. I'm like, I wish it would come and
I wish a nickel.
Hell yeah. So then finally this guy comes up. I'm like, whoa. Let me see a badge. Let me see something, man. Who are you? You know what I mean? He's like, so he shows us the resort, a badge and all that stuff. Now I'm looking at him, I'm like, all right, I think I could take him, but if he drives me into some remote area, it's a wrap.
He got me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we're driving there, and you kind of got to go through the country before you get to the resort. But finally, we get to the resort, and we had a great time, man. Like, just 7 days being away from everything, all inclusive. We went to some good restaurants that were on site, but I learned that you do not go for the country's money. I made that mistake. When we got off in the airport, I went like a dumbass and traded in my American dollars for the country's currency. Yeah. And I was just like, oh man, like it wasn't until I got to the resort and they saw us, like they knew we were Americans, but we were spending all this, DR money, and they were like, where's your American dollars? Yeah. I was like, when I got here, they told me I had to do the exchange. She was like, yeah, they got you, man. You ain't have to do it. You lost like such and such amount of value when you did that. I was like, oh, shit. Like, man, that shit hurt.
Yeah, that's showing up for a pair of DS shoes and finding out, like, are you hooped in these? yeah, that'll do it. That will do it.
But that was it.
Okay. All right, but do you have any summer memories you're looking to make?
Definitely a trip to the Bahamas.
Okay.
I've been dying to go to the Bahamas. And I'm going to say Greece.
Greece? What you gonna do over there?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go find out.
Like Rick Ross always makes it look awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
After he made that song Santorini, Greece, I was like, I gotta go.
One time, even if it's just on a yacht, just to fly by real fast.
That's it, man. What about you?
Future best. I'm just trying to get my health right. Just trying to make sure I see the next summer every summer.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that.
As soon as I get a new memory though, I'm gonna hit you up. But right now, just trying to get through the summers.
Got you, man. All right, so this next one, man, it was sparked by a message that I saw on Instagram where it was talking about like signs of jealous friends. Mm-hmm. And I thought I'd bring it here because we always have great conversations about stuff like this. Mm-hmm. What do you think would be the sign of a jealous friend?
It's weird because the signs that you should take for a jealous friend could really be a really good friend of yours but it's the way we grew up as far as cutting jokes like, oh, look at the new threads today, you know what I'm saying, what you wearing today. Yeah. And we take all that humbly as like, I see you king type shit, you know what I mean? But from the wrong person, that same line could sound totally separate. It's like you start eyeing other people that go, you don't even like clothes. What do you talk like that towards me. So it could go either way, depending on who is it coming from. But it's hard to pinpoint a jealous friend in a group unless something tragic happens.
Right,
and then you start reflecting and go, damn, I thought it was on that side of the fence, but when that person says it, it's on this side of the fence. Yeah. So it's a nasty gray area because you're in the fold, you're part of the circle. You start doing outside circle shit, but you get carte blanche because you're in the circle. Yeah. But as soon as you step out the circle yourself and take a look and be like, oh, this nigga toxic. Yeah. You fucking up my life and I ain't even know. Unfortunately, it's always too late. It's always too late. You never spot that person early.
In the video, he makes a great point about they just stop communicating. Like all of a sudden, you guys go from talking all the time to very little to no communication. And then all of a sudden, like when they see you, it's like, yo, what's up? What's going on? And it's like, you know what's going on. Like I see you watching my stories. I see you watching me on Instagram. Like, you know what's going on. Don't act like you don't know what I'm doing out here. Like, you're very aware of where I'm at and what I'm doing, but for some reason you don't talk to me no more. And it made me start looking at certain situations. Like, I've had people that have done that, and I'm not going to classify that they're jealous friends now, but it is something to think about because a lot of people will suddenly just change the way they communicate with you out of nowhere. And whether you process it or not, it was interesting to hear the context in which he put it. Like, if you really are my friend, nothing should stop the way we communicate. If we have like a constant running joke, or we are big fans of a certain sport and we're always talking about it, and all of a sudden you just can't talk about that no more. You can't talk about anything with me no more. Something's a little off.
We fake touched on this a couple shows ago as far as distance and it shouldn't affect the relationship. Yeah. Very true. But it's weird. Even with a really good friendship, even if you don't talk as often as you used to, whenever you do, you pick up and you're right back where you left off. Right. Those friendships are rare, but it's hard for me to classify.
Like, remember, I'm talking about stop communicating. It's not like we don't communicate for like a week, 2 weeks, and then I hit you up. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we barely speak now.
Well, take a look at this viewpoint. You have a coworker, guys was always together, months, years on end, 40 fucking hours a week, splitting lunches, all kinds of shit. You get a new job, or they get a new job. They're no longer in that 40-hour circle. The first couple of weeks is like, yo, how's the new gig? Oh, it's dope. We doing ABC. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, we still got to do, hit the club or something one night. Right. No doubt. Never happens. And it's not that you're avoiding it or they're avoiding it. It's just like, I don't know, is it because it's not as convenient as it used to be?
Yeah. I find that a little different because that means that our connection was built off of work. Like, I have those friends. Like, if we didn't work together, we probably wouldn't speak. But then I've developed those friendships with people who I worked with or work with that would live on outside of work. You know what I mean? So I get where you're going with that. That's different. Okay. You know what I mean? And we even talked about that before when you said if you saw your coworker getting their ass whooped in the street, would you jump in? Like, I don't know, man. And then you said if it was the girl that made the good coffee or the one that does payroll.
I got a reason. hey, if she's not in on Tuesday, it's a problem.
Yeah, you know that's a fact. That's a fact. So that is a little different. What I'm referring to is we are good friends. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to make some real moves and you are just MIA.
I think it really depends on how you both met. If it was a school friend, if it was a outside block friend, sandbox to the grave friend, I think it really determines how you two met. If it was through an acquaintance, but the acquaintance just falls out, so now you're kind of looking at each other like, we could still be friends, right? Even though, the middle party's not here anymore. It's weird, but I really think how you guys met would really dictate where it's going to go. But You know what? Not to contradict myself, you can meet somebody yesterday, hit it off, should be great, best friends forever. Like you start taking that person's side over people you knew for years. It's like, and only thing that changes is you. Like you grow, you change, and your Monday isn't quite like your Tuesday, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
But everybody's different flavors, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah.
That's a good one though.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Yeah, man. And quick sidebar to that, man. As far as what sparks jealousy, right? Because this has always been something that's like I would love to study the human brain or just study behaviors.
People get jealous for things that usually isn't even the person they're jealous of's control. It's like, oh, that's your girl? Yeah, bro, we met like a month ago. Hit it off. Shit's great. It's like, huh. Nigga start sucking his teeth and shit. It's like, you know what I mean? And if there's no words beyond that, you have no idea what this fake animosity is from. Come to find out 3-4 years later, man, I know your girl. I tried to buy her a drink like the summer before you met her. She talking about, nah. I'm sorry. Is that why we're not talking today?
It's like, what's so special about you?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like, nigga, I'm me. That's what's but yeah, it's hard to say what would spark one's jealousy. It could be a pair of shoes that you caught a W on, that the other person caught an L on, the same sneakers that. It could be little things like that. But that comes into petty levels.
Yeah.
Where's your petty level on a 0 to 10? Me personally, I'm a 9.8. I'm high on the petty. Can't control it. Don't know why. My wife hates it, and she'll remind me weekly. But where's your petty level?
Oh, man. Lately, it's been at like a 6.
Lately? Did it go up or down?
It went down.
What changed? You got to keep the petty high, baby.
For the diversity brand, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Growth.
Yeah.
You grow up. There's no need to hold on to the petty. But with me, growth has only shown me how to disguise my petty well. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. I'll be trying to, but I can't. Petty's hiding me. So, but yeah, to spark jealousy, that could be anything, man.
I agree, man. I agree. So this next one is really, really funny, man. If you're a fan of TikTok like I am, you get lost in that TikTok sunken place. There was a lady on there that I was talking about the husband store. Have you heard it?
Let me know.
So she talks about the husband store, and you instantly start to hear all of the females laughing, and they're interested, right? Like, what's at this store? So she says it's a new store, and it has 6 floors. You can only go up, but you can only go to each floor once.
Okay.
And you can't go back down.
Got it.
So, of course, as she goes gradually up the floors, I don't want to tear her story apart. Go listen for it. But she basically gives new levels of more qualities each floor. Right? Okay. From the first to the second to the third, it gets even better, right? Like he's good with kids, he cleans, and he's got a job, right? I think the first one, he just has a job. That's it.
I got you.
You know, so it gets better. Exactly. So now the 5th one is like sounding really, really good. And she's like, you know, would you stop at this floor? And the lady's like, no, we have to see what's on the 6th floor. If the 5th floor is this good, we have to see what's on the 6th floor. The 6th floor says, you are number 9 million something and such and such and such. This is part of a study that women will never have enough.
Never have enough. No matter
or
what
men will never be enough for women. I'm so sorry if the lady ever listens to this. That's why you guys got to go hear it for yourselves. But the theme of it is that there will never be enough. We will never be enough for a woman.
Satisfied.
Because she's always going to have something else that she wants, right? You could you could cook, you could clean, take care of the kids, have a job, but because her friend always has the newest Dior bag, she's like, damn.
I got that. Man. It's rough, man.
Yo, man.
You know how hard it is to compete with people you don't even know yet?
Exactly.
I can't, like, being a football, basketball player, you get to watch film, see what you're coming up against this following Sunday. Imagine you studied all this film, show up, like, yo, is Jordan over there in a jersey now?
And
yeah,
LeBron.
they signed him yesterday. There's no film of him right now.
And Steph Curry's coming off the bench.
Like, what the fuck? We didn't practice. Our bench squad ain't ready for this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but hey, man, just it's human psyche. Unfortunately, just never satisfied, never settle. But with companionship, I hate to break it to you, but you have to settle at some point. Hey, you see Future? He never settled, and the city boys hold him up high.
That's right.
Future's going
Toxic King.
Future's going to go out one of two ways. He's going to be 75 with, Playboy Mansion-ish, or just 75. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants to be just 75. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody to go, yo, did you take your medicines for today type shit? Yeah. You want that. But, that's rough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. If somebody told you that as long as you don't settle, they'll always be better, would you ever settle?
Yes.
Why?
Because I believe when it comes to love, you can always find better in your settling because people change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you have to find a foundation in what you're settling for, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you look at buildings right now, they're on land. Mm-hmm. You can, if you have the land, you own the land, you can break down that building and build a better one.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have the right foundations, right? And I know this is your expertise, right? You got to be, you know what I mean? You got to be in the right area, right zoning, all that other stuff. Exactly. So I believe that you can settle for better instead of always expecting better, because that's a long shot. Hell of a long shot.
Is it not worth the risk?
Depends on how old you are.
Welcome, you are ticket number 9, 300, 400.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
Man. The settlement.
Yeah, man.
But you would teach your kids to never settle. Ain't that some shit?
I would teach them to never settle for nothing less than what makes them happy. Now, if what makes them happy is something new, I can't control that.
If the chase makes you happy,
fuck. You're gonna be future Toxic King. I can't stop you. You're gonna be Ashanti. I can't stop you. Like, you're just gonna be out here serving, or you're gonna be Lori Harvey. Whatever you're gonna do. That's still my kid. I'm gonna be like, sorry.
Sorry, man. Right.
You know?
I'm not mad at that. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Man.
Oh, man. I'm nervous. I'm mad nervous. Go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
This is for my older folks, right? Because y'all youngins got it different. So this is called the porn stash revelation.
Oh, shit.
This is for my grown folks here, man. We all remember that day that we discovered our parents' porn stash. And I just had to ask you, did you ever find, I know this might be tough, but did you ever find your parents' porn stash?
It's a two-part answer. Thankfully, I was afforded the luxury to never have to come across my parents' porn stash. Thankfully, my father didn't always live with me at the time when I was in my searching through parent shit phase, so I never came across it by accident. But I might have found a book or two in my brother's area. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, sorry, Mel. I hate to break it to you like this, but I might have found a magazine or two somewhere. Like, why is this under the bed? Why is there so many pages that stretch out the long way? You know what I mean? But thankfully, it never was a parent stash. Yeah. So the brother stash is cool. It's not, you're not looking at your brother funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, oh shit, I think I like this too. You know what I'm saying? But I would be nervous as hell if it was a parent stash I came across. I'm almost scared to ask you now. But my brother, have you come across a porn stash in possession of a parent?
Yes, I did.
How does? Alright, was it the dad's side or the mom's side?
Funny enough, it was mom.
What?
I kid you not. So I'll never forget it. I knew where it kind of was because I was always like told not to open that side. Like you remember the old drawers, you had to open it up.
Let them do the other side.
Yeah.
Second,
So I only could do the right, never could do the left side, right? So it was one time everybody was out the house, right? Tony had went on his honeymoon, mom's was at work, so I come into the living room and I open that treasure the left side. And man, let me tell you, it was like Bush Central, man. I was like, oh my God. So
hold up. You said this was mom's stash?
Mom's stash.
Continue.
So I popped the first one in and I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. It was just like all kinds of hair and sweat and intercourse. And I was just like,
ew. Like, you had the cooties vibe. Like,
yeah, like, but I couldn't stop watching.
Okay, yeah, it was,
You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen this outside.
Right. So I'm so captivated that I don't hear the door open.
Oh.
But I hear it close. And my brother has the longest strides. He's like a fucking horse.
Damn.
So I'm bumbling, trying to get this shit out of there, put it back in the case and close it. But I have no business in this room.
Nah.
So he walks in, I look at him, he look at me, I look at him. And he's like,
Man.
what was you doing? I was like, nothing.
I was looking for the juice. I can't find the juice.
Yo, his fucking Inspector Gadget ass come and touches the VCR. It's hot. So I'm like,
for those that don't know or never touched the VHS in their life, if it was on for like 10 minutes, it starts to run warm. Like, but go on.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, and the porno was on VHS, guys. That's another historical item you can look up. So
I still don't know what VHS even stand for, but go ahead.
I know, right? So he's like, what you was watching, man? And at this point, now at my age, I know he was having fun with my ass. He just wanted to see me sweat.
Really?
So I'm there. I'm like, nothing, man. I don't know why it's hot. It's hot. Shit, it's hot in his house. He was like, bro, what was you watching, man? I was like,
All right.
yeah. I was like, all right.
Came clean.
I was watching the porno. He was like,
Which one?
so I showed him. He was like, good choice.
My man. My
So
nigga
he was like, listen, I understand you starting to have thoughts and all this other stuff. It's all right. Just come talk to me first. Because if it had been anybody else that caught you, you'd have been in trouble.
Big fact.
Right? So then, here's where it gets funny. He tells my dad.
What?
Yeah. But here's what Izell Lee comes and does.
Uh-oh.
He says, come, I want you to sit here.
Oh, shit.
He opens the left side. I'm like, the fuck going on in here? He pops the tape in, and he's like, talk to me. What do you want to know? He was like, because I don't want you to do anything out here without talking to me first.
Damn.
So if you're going to watch stuff like this, I need you to come to me instead of your dumbass friends and ask them anything about sex.
Makes sense.
We can watch this and you can ask me questions, or you can make sure that you ask me questions before you take a step out there and do anything crazy. Mind you, I'm like fucking 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if I will be comfortable enough in any age.
Yeah, so
with the
but it was the most awkward revelation of my life.
But you knew?
But yeah. But I knew. I knew what the stash was.
You knew what the stash was. Now, I might have been privileged in my younger day, but we had a situation where once again, show my age, but for those that don't know, Cinemax after 10 p.m. used to be a place to be.
Yes.
Now, this cable box wasn't in everybody's room. It was always in the living room. So you have to wait till everybody go to sleep, go to the living room, find a Cinemax late, Now, the trick here is to make sure the last channel
That's right. Yeah.
is something safe. Because if you fuck around and you on like Cinemax 1 and Cinemax 2, you fuck around, fumbling, hit the last button, it just goes to the other Cinemax, showing the same filth, you're fucked. But if you go to ESPN, the cartoon channels,
that's right.
hit the last button, boom.
Safe.
This is as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Cinemax in the living room, late night. Shit on mute. Just like feeling frisky, might go to 1. Right? for a taste of the sound, see what's going on, right? But you know, watch it on mute. Hit the door open. Hit that last button quick, or the favorite button, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now, whoever walked in on you, see you watching cartoons in no fucking volume. So now you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, what are you? There's no. I didn't even notice the Daffy. Can't even hear Daffy Duck. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, that was probably as far as my stash went. It was the last button on the cable. Cinemax late night, man. Those are good days, man. Good days. Oh, I got a follow-up porn question for you. Now that you're an adult, you know how everything works.
Mm-hmm.
We hope. Right? So, do you think you have the composure at this time in your life to direct an actual porno if you had to?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like look here, move the nut to the left, all kinds of shit, like focus on it. You could get super in-depth?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Because it's one of the highest grossing businesses out there. If someone gave me the opportunity to direct a porno, I'd direct that shit. I'd Martin Scorsese that motherfucker, man. He'd be in
Michael
there like,
Bay helicopters over the pussy and everything. Like, yo, that boy
I'd have the Denzel Washington of pornos going on, man. Like, King Kong ain't got nothing on this.
He's thinking shit, beating his chest mid flick, like, yo, fam.
Oh yeah. What about you, man?
I don't think I got the composure.
Which part of it would be too much?
I think picking out personnel to be in the movie. I think I crack early. I would crack early.
So you think I don't think the director doesn't have to be a part of that. That could be the casting and manager.
I assume, as a director, you get to. You're there from the nuts to the bolts, no pun intended. But like you're there to see the workings of the movie come together. Like I don't know if I'm adult enough. Like I could pick a set of titties if I want for my movie. Like you want medium, small, or I'll go with those. Cool. But then the penises are gonna walk in, and then you got to pick a penis to go with your movie. It's like. I don't know if I'm ready to make that choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want the medium, the large, or the extra large, or the elephant? I'm like, one below the elephant. I don't. Yeah, I'm just. I don't know how to make. I don't think I would be.
It's like, give me the rhino.
Yeah, I don't think I'm adult enough to make that choice and then take them and put them in a scene and because. I'm a fan of the cheesy story leading up to the porno for some. I don't know why, but it's like knock, knock, knock. Who is it? I'm the plumber here to fix the kitchen sink. Oh, come this way. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too graphic, but I'm all for the cheesy story. So I don't know if I could do the whole bit. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Unless the check was like significant, then I'd force my way through it. Give me the elephant. It's Michael Bay time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know if I'm ready. But hey, man, y'all out there, let me know if you have the physical composure to direct a whole porno. I'm talking from cast pick to editing to scene selection. Like, shit gonna get sticky. You know what I'm saying? So
it is.
Just be careful out there.
Splash. Call that shit Splash Productions.
Splash Entertainment. Whatever. It's going down. Oh, God. What's this one?
Oh, man. All right. So this next one here, man, it's a statement / question.
Okay.
Imagine, right, if we replaced imagine if we with let's and follow it up with execution. And I'll explain what I mean. You'll have 5 friends in a room, and they'll say, yo, imagine if we started our own podcast. Mm-hmm. And then that's as far as it'll go. It'll just flicker away like when Thanos snapped his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
If people start changing those 3 words and put let's in front of it and then follow it up with execution, you would see so many people actually loving what they do professionally.
Yeah. Nike made a slogan out of it. Just do it.
Yeah.
You can talk about it all day long, but just go do it. One day at a time, brick by brick, build it up. Mm-hmm. I think people are scared to jump from the imagine if we to the let's because it takes building, and it's tough to build something from a thought if you feel you can't do it by yourself. So you having this conversation meaning you already want to do this with more than one party. So you can't put your thoughts on someone else. Say, hey, let's do this. You don't know how they feel about it yet, and then you're a little guarded with this, not the secret, but whatever the plan was. So you don't want to say, hey, let's make a movie, and this is the score. And you go, I'm not big on movies. But you happen to have a director friend and go, hey, I got a stupid idea that you just heard from the other day. Director goes, I'm going to make a movie out of it. And now it's like what just happened? Like, you could have did this yourself, but you wasn't ready or didn't want to do it, so you pass the info along. It takes off. That's beneficial for everybody. The quicker they could replace those words in their conversations with imagine if we with let's, everything will grow after that.
Yeah, and I think half the battle is really just getting over the fact that the doubt, the self-doubt, the questioning about how much do I need to do this, like all the information is right there at the fingertips, and it's to what you said, right? Like, I'm going to need help with this, but are they going to be as passionate as I am? Are they going to try and take it for themselves? I totally get that. But at the same time, man, it's like, if we would just put that let's there and name it and say, okay, now I've put it out there in the world, I gotta follow through on this because now people know this is something that I want to do, and it would just be great to see people just follow that.
We just gotta learn how to make that switch from thinking about it to making actionable items where you could reflect on it, see what we got to do to build on it, see what's the next phase, the next step. You can't get to the next step if you never take the first one, though.
Exactly. So absolutely.
Everybody needs to work on that first big step, which is just having a conversation, but a little bit of a word exchange. And I think it'll be a lot more fruitful of a conversation with no matter who you're having or what.
Completely agree.
For sure. Stupid question for you. When you go out to a steakhouse, waiter comes, order your steak, your pork, or whatever you're doing, T-bone, they ask you, how would you like it cooked? Medium well, however you feel. It comes out, medium well, just as you requested. No problems, right? If you go anywhere else, but they don't ask you how you want your meat cooked, pause, to an extent.
Yeah.
If anything other than well done comes out, why is this so bothersome now all of a sudden? I had McDonald's last week. I go like once, maybe twice a month. Kids love Happy Meals, nuggets, all for it. Hey, let me get a quarter pounder while I'm here. No doubt. Get home, do the unwrapping. Bite 1, good. Bite 2, dope. Bite 3, little pink. Sandwich has to go down now. I can't eat this anymore. Yes, I love a medium steak, but I can't let the nigga at McDonald's give me this. I don't trust the nigga. That's why I never seen him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a.
That's a fact.
And I'm here to ask you, like, why? Do you know why that's so bothersome? If you traditionally eat steak at a medium temperature, but if someone gave you a steak without you recommending it at heat temp, why it would bother you now because you didn't ask for it?
I think because you expect a certain standard from certain places, And when they start trying to play with your food, it's like,
I don't know you like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, you didn't ask me.
First off,
you know, I came in expecting a certain presentation.
Big facts.
And here you are trying to play with the well done on the outside and the pink on the inside. Like, what is that? Nah.
St. Peter Lucas, my nigga.
Yeah.
You can't don't fuck with my quarter pounder.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, stupid question. I just had to ask. Why is it why fast food meat temperatures versus restaurant meat temperatures? It's different. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Nah.
Everything from fast food gotta be well done.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck.
That part.
Said that boy, going to 10th grade, working the patties. Nah. Well done, my man. Sorry. Yeah, whatever. Well done.
Yep.
On to politics. Any other questions you have?
Nah, man, that's it. On to politics, man.
Quick politics / biz. Commissioner Goodell, he announced late last week that going forward, they are looking to pull their Sunday ticket from DirecTV and aim it towards streaming services. I get it. I do. But I'm a little curious to know, because with the Sunday ticket, you have to buy it. You get all the games on Sunday. Dope. But with streaming, do I still got to pay that NFL ticket price? Because Red Zone is fine for me.
Yeah.
Red Zone it's maximum capacity. Like, I can't even go to the bathroom because I'm going to miss some shit.
Yeah.
But
it's like NFL version of TikTok.
Big facts. Big facts. For 8 hours straight. Big facts. Big facts.
Yep.
But with that move to business, that move to streaming, does that help their bottom line? Do they gain anything other than viewership?
I think they're just expanding the network. They noticed the decline in cable subscriptions now, but this ties to what we were talking about earlier. Now, all of my favorite shows are going to different streaming sites.
That's a fact.
It's like they all got together and said, ready, break. Everybody ran in a different direction. So it is slowly going to hurt the move that people made from cable to the streaming service. Mm-hmm. Because now you're telling me I have to have Peacock, Paramount Plus, Netflix, Hulu, ESPN Plus. Like, I have to have all of these channels just to be able to see one particular show that I love.
Yep.
That's insane. Now, the real mega genius is going to be the person or the company that comes in and ties all this shit together and says, I'm cable 2.0.
Yeah. I'm cable. I'm live cable. Right? You know what I mean? But I just don't know if they'll be able to do that. Because Disney's not going to be on board. Netflix isn't going to be on board. With, us having a mother or a hub. The best hub is the smart TV.
That's right.
That's right. Sucks.
One thing I will take the streaming service that says we'll just make our own version of that shit. Like, you can't replicate the NFL, but you can make sure that, like you have UFC, you have Bellator, you have PFL. So if you can offer up a good version, I think this is a perfect opportunity for Ice Cube and his big three to try and corner the market in one of these streaming services and say, yo, we got basketball. It's not going to be LeBron, but we got basketball.
He'll be here soon.
Yeah.
Give me 5-10 years. He'll be here.
Right.
But
man.
I'm just curious to know now with NFL making that jump. NBA is right around the corner.
Yo.
Sometimes you can't catch a Nets game because you're out of, because they're playing Phoenix and it's out your locale. Mm-hmm. That hurts when your home team goes somewhere else and you still can't see the game.
I still don't understand that shit.
That sucks. But hopefully the NBA follows suit. They got a lot more games, a lot more money on the line, but I would love to see that go straight to streaming too.
Yeah.
Shouts to YouTube. Make it happen. Other business news. Elon Musk, he's a red nigga. For those that's not a bad word. For those that don't know or come from spades, if you say you have a certain amount of, no, I'm lying. Reneging is more so cutting a suit when you still have that suit in your hand. Elon has reneged on Twitter, it seems. There was big speculation of a $44 billion purchase. Him saying he had it, liquidating a lot of stock, freeing up a lot of cash on him. But but he ain't been back to Twitter since this chit chat, and now they like, yo, we been packing up. We ready to go. Bring the cars too. We out of here. 44 bill. Everybody looked around. We can live with that. Elon's going back on that like, nah, not 44 billion. Like, yo, fam, you can't be doing this. Like, you know, but he's trying to wiggle out of this agreement, but there's a stipulation where he still may have to pay like $1 billion for breach of contract or doing something to the effect that made this seem very solid, and it's not anymore.
Damn.
So yeah, Elon, you can't be doing that, bro. You can't advertise a $44 billion sale and go, you know what? The way my checking is set up, I can't really get down with 44 B's, my nigga. That's a lot of scratch. But how do you feel about multi-billionaires backing out of multi-billion-dollar deals?
Makes me feel like they're human.
Yes.
'Cause, you know, there's a lot of times where you right there about to sign for some shit. You're like, you about to hit add to hit purchase, and you're like, do I really need this?
I got about 6 open websites in my phone right now with at least one thing in a cart on each one. No reason. I'm just curious to see if you had my size. Like, oh shit, they got it. Swipe. Back to Google. Like, you know, it's weird. It's just, it's good to see something in the cart, but it's another thing to hit the purchase button because
exactly.
There's many things I've hit. Add to cart, add the PayPal info. You sure you want to confirm, and you go confirm. You get the confirmation email. You go,
instant regret.
You go, I ain't even gonna wear these.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
instant
regret.
regret.
It happens, man.
Yeah, man.
It happens.
Yep.
Oh, it's time.
Oh yeah, it is that time, people.
Man.
FCP Minute Newz. Y'all already know what it is. Featuring your man Ken Kapnick. Let me get my timer ready, and we will get this thing going, brother. Are you ready?
Yeah. Quick little caveat. You know, the wife knows I do the Minute Newz now. She's
Okay.
like, oh, you like a Minute Man? I'm like, yo, fuck up. This ain't that kind of party, man.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right. This is strictly for our journalism. That's it.
Yeah. You get 2 minutes.
Hey.
But, that's
and 3 minutes on your birthday.
Maybe.
All right, my man, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, and go.
All right. The Texas Education Agency has proposed to the state board to remove the word slavery from its curriculum. They're looking to replace it with involuntary relocation. I got a big problem with that. That's fucked up. It's called slavery, my nigga. You can't but anyway, that's that part. Eric Holder, he has officially been convicted of first-degree murder in the slaying of Nipsey Hussle. We all knew that nigga had to go. Happy he finally did. Back to Elon. I know we spoke about him a couple minutes ago, but nigga had a set of twins not too long ago, and he hid it in between everything else with a old executive from one of his other companies. But heard he cheers to Nick Cannon. That was crazy. And lastly, in Japan, the former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died in front of a crowd giving a speech with like a homemade musket. Sad news, but that's the Minute Newz, man.
Hey, with a second to spare. That's what I'm talking, baby. No wonder Elon reneged on the deal. He got child support.
Big facts. You know what? 33% of 40. Shit, I ain't got it already. I ain't got it.
That's a fact, man. Oh, man.
Straight
So
over
should we do the dance?
Which one?
Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah, that Usher meme with the watch this.
Yeah.
I've been laughing for at least 6 days straight. Every time I think I'm over it, I see a new version. Laughing. But I did it. I did it with my daughter the other night. She's like, Dad, what's for dinner? I'm like, watch this. Heated up some mac and cheese. Get out of here. Ain't making no steak today.
Yeah,
She's frozen. But yeah, Usher performed at NPR's Tiny Desk. He kills it. But yeah, Usher, every time you forget about him, he reminds you like it's U.S.
Yes.
G-R. The boy's good. But if you haven't seen it, check out his his presentation on NPR's Tiny Desk. Did the damn thing.
Yeah, I agree. He always finds ways to make himself relevant, reinvent himself, and he's welcoming to like the new generation of R&B.
For sure.
And I think that makes him special.
Yeah, if you could keep pulling back to the youth and they remember you for all your hits and they want to rendition it, remix it, pull from it,
yeah,
you got to be welcome to that. The youth is the future.
Facts.
But for some youth, it's a little too young. Doja Cat, she got called out by one of the Stranger Things kids. She tried to have one dude be the middleman to another dude, and it ain't even get that far.
Yeah.
He straight snitched off the back. He's like, yo, he's trying to get with my boy on like Twitter, like you're not like a national figure. Stranger Things in the middle of their last season. You can't be doing that. But what bothered me was, baby, you Doja Cat.
Mm-hmm.
You could have just pulled up. It's okay. Like, some people have carte blanche. Like, her face card is good on Stranger Things set. Has to be. It's good everywhere else in America. It has to be good. It may not be, good in certain chat rooms, but her face is good in certain spots. She could have had the wherewithal to pull up directly.
Facts.
Might be a weird thing in 2022 for a girl to approach a guy, but I've seen worse. I've seen worse. And you're rich, so it's different. It's different for you. But to end this entertainment celebrity news bit, nasty news. Former WWE chief executive Vince McMahon. As we mentioned on the last show, he was running into a little bit of hot water with some old female executives over some allegations and sexual misconduct. Turns out they weren't allegations. They were actual things he was doing, and upwards of $12 million was paid out secretly to a few women to cover up these allegations and sexual misconduct and infidelity. But yeah, man, nasty Vince. And it's weird. If you watch the tapes through the years, the decades, he's always had a little bit of nasty in him.
Oh yeah.
From the do-rag representation of the hip-hop scene and just doing shit that was uncalled for. Granted, it was for ratings, but now you get to not rate anything anymore at home at the couch. Yeah. But yeah, man, Vince is nasty. Doing nasty shit. Paid a lot of money. Keep his nasty quiet. And now it's all out in the open, man.
Word.
Damn. I used to be a big wrestling fan. Over to the watch and listen stage of the show. Burna Boy. If you haven't heard it, his new album, Love Damani, very, very good album. Big fan of his.
Yes.
But she was telling me one of his main hits, that old Tony sample, man.
Man. So it turns out Tony, his song Last has instrumentals and vocals from Tony Braxton's I think the song was You Wasn't Man Enough for Me or something like that. And he is giving her, I believe, up to like 60% of royalties. And he was on an interview saying that it doesn't faze him because he really, really wanted the song to sound the way it sounds, and he likes the way it sounds, and it's okay to him. I don't care. I wouldn't feel good with giving somebody 60%. And it's a great song. Like, there's a part of it, like, everybody's like, I don't want to sing this part, and I don't know what it means. And he's talking about, I need Igbo and Shayo. It's weed and liquor.
Oh, I had no idea that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but Last is a really, really good song. But yeah, Tony Braxton, she makes good money off that song.
I always wonder when sampling and rights and legalities, what purchase of the song, like, granted, streams, they create revenue, but if that artist goes on tour and that song is always on tour with them, do they get a part of the ticket sales now? How does that work? I hope not.
That's interesting. God, I think all of that goes, that would be a good question to have somebody on the show to talk about. Like, how does it work with sampling? Is it just the actual plays and revenue of purchases and streams? Because to get access to the door, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
You know what I mean? Like, that's owning the artist. You know what I mean? Because it's the name. It's not just that song that's bringing them in. It's the name.
That's scary. if your biggest song to date is something that you got, you know what I mean? That sucks.
Yo, a la Cisco. Gotta learn your lessons, baby.
Yeah,
Clear them samples. Trust me.
Was it 3 or 4 words from Living La Vida Loca?
Yo.
He's still getting paid. He's still collecting funds.
Hell yeah.
Still.
Hell yeah.
But who else dropped? Brent Fires. He came out with a new album, Wasteland. Toxic Boys is back, you know, letting you know what he should have did, why he didn't do it, and why he'll do it again. But Brent came out. Chris Brown, he dropped the deluxe to the Breezy from last week. West Side Gun, he had a new album, Please Fire God. Another new album up and coming out here from Florida, man.
Yeah.
His family, man. Put some respect on this guy's name, man. But Smokephi Beej, man. New mixtape, Eezy, Money, Franklin's. If you haven't heard it, please go check that out. Boys
man.
doing good things from Tallahassee, man.
Yeah, streaming on several different platforms. Had a good listen to it today at the gym. I love the extra joint. He's got another one. It's really, really fucking good, man. Huh?
No Hook?
No Hook is good too. The intro is good. I love the intro because I get a shout out in the intro. I'll probably never get another shout out on the album, so I'm taking this one. I'm telling everybody about this fucking album. But to Kenny's point, man, the boy is good. I've been listening to him for a while. He is family, and he has another really good joint on his last project called "Live for the Moment." That's my shit.
That's a good one.
So y'all should definitely check that one out. But yeah, he's got the joint extra. Oh yeah, he's got another one called "For My Fam." The dude that's featuring on that joint. I like that shit. And then he's got another one called Shaft. So that one's good too, man. Like so, yo, go check that man out, man. Beej. We love you, baby. Yeah, we're going to have him on the show soon too, so y'all be ready.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle over on Netflix. He dropped another kind of... Anything he drops, they call it specials. Even if it's not special. He had it was a quick meet and greet for him to unveil the name of his old alma mater, but he spoke for 30 minutes prior to the unveiling. So anytime Dave Chappelle's on the stage with a mic, it's a special.
Yeah.
No matter what's happening. But it's a cool little 30-minute clip. Him doubling down on the trans jokes, letting him know you still can't cancel me. I'm still Dave Chappelle, and you still can't do what I do at the level I do it.
Right.
And no one's proving him wrong. So shouts to Dave. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Another good thing for him.
So it's interesting you bring up Dave because I remember 2 shows ago, you told, not even on the show, I think we were just hanging out. You told me to watch the Jerrod Carmichael specials on HBO Max, right? So I saw it up to the most recent one where he comes out, you know, admitting that he's gay. It is a phenomenal special, by the way. Like it's almost like slash therapy slash reality. If you really wanted to hear someone from the LGBTQ plus community speak on it in a relative way, check that out on HBO Max. But he actually has some words for Dave because of all of the remarks he's making on the trans community and LGBTQ plus IA. So he says, I think a lot of times people who offer nothing truthful or meaningful about themselves then complain about society at large and create this boogeyman. And, you know, he's been calling them out for the transphobic jokes because in him being a part of the community now, he embraces the struggle of being accepted. And if you check out his special, you'll see why he's taking things so seriously, because it is not all fun and games coming out sometimes, most of the time from what I hear. But if you speak to anyone in the community, joking about it is not the best way to go about things. And while I love Dave Chappelle, and I know he doesn't mean any harm, it is interesting to see someone who is in the comedy field come out and challenge this.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to unpack it because, like, you say you watched the earlier specials and lead it up.
Yeah,
it's funny because he comes out with the Timbs, the jeans, the hoodie.
Yeah,
and as I'm watching the first ones, you know, back when they first originally came out, I wasn't even thinking, you know, his sexual preference. You never cared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on the last special, you see the loafers, you see the silk. At first, it kind of throws you for a loop. It's like, this is the Timbs and hoodie guy. But whatever, I'm here for the joke still. Like, what you enjoy after the show is your business. But as the show goes on and it's going on, you start picking up on little nuances, and you're like, is he? No.
Yeah.
Could he be? He is. And he's still funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a cool show to watch. I like the way he peeled back the layers to get to that point.
Yeah.
But good show. But I don't know. I don't think a him versus Dave thing is coming up, but it's cool that someone in the same ilk or fabric can challenge him on that his views on it, you know. But I think Dave just does it. I think he's a professional line stepper. He knows it bothers the public, the culture, those of that ilk that don't want to hear about it on that stage. It seems they only want to read about it in like prestigious literature all the time. It's okay to humanize whether this is your preference or not. Dave always found a real cool, fine line to give you information or news in a way that you could digest it. If you take away that digest and just throw it at you, you know, gay, LGBT, a lot of people can't accept the news, so it's hard for them to even open up to that level. Him kind of bridging the gap. I talk about it because it's something to talk about. It's a thing now. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with that. What else we have here? Let's skip the appreciation. Sports?
Yeah, let's go over the sports, man. So this past weekend was extra dope for the WNBA. They had their All Star weekend out in Chicago. Shout out to Sabrina Ionescu. She won the skills challenge. Shout out to Allie Quigley from the Chicago Sky. She won her 4th 3-point contest. Sabrina Ionescu is from the New York Liberty, so shout outs to a fellow New York player bringing it home. And she was one of the prototypes from the Kobe, tutelage, so you can see why she's so good.
Mama mentality.
Yes. And then on to the All-Star game. I caught the first half and then towards the end of the second half. It was a cool contest, man. Team Wilson ended up winning. Everybody wore Brittney Griner's jersey in support. We are BG. She is still not home. I'm going to definitely ask you a question about that in a few. But 2 things about this game. Number 1, Sylvia Fowles had a slam dunk. That shit was so cool. Like, she went to the rim. She junked that shit, man. It was cool. But here's my problem with this game. And I don't know who was at the table when they talked about what this MVP trophy was going to look like, right? Kelsey Plum, big fan of hers, man. She's been killing it with the Aces. She has a great game. She wins the All-Star Game MVP. I'm like, okay, cool. That's what's up. That was who I wanted to win it. Man, they came out with this Teapot, McDonald's toy, Cracker Jack ass toy box trophy. And she was cute about it, right? She tried to hold it with 2 hands. But you can see.
That's what fucked me up. I'm like, why? You got a total of 4 fingers on the stand. That's nuts. That's nuts, man.
Yo, WNBA, you gotta do better, man. NBA, I don't know who. The Summer League champions are about to get rings this year. Yeah. Rings.
Yeah.
The All-Star game in the WNBA got a teapot. That shit was crazy. And it was funny because then on her IG story, her teammates were making fun. They were holding up like a Capri Sun. It was like, and now the All-Star game winner. But Kelsey was there. Like, she enjoyed it. But they all knew, like, really?
This is fucked up. And, hey, I'm going to shoot him some bell. I got a feeling in the ballroom, in the office, when they was talking about, just get into the nitty gritty. I'm pretty sure somebody said, "Hey, let's make the All-Star, make it look like the Stanley Cup, just a little smaller." When someone said a little smaller, I just don't think they understood the true representation of a little smaller. They just made it small.
Bro, that shit is sitting somewhere in, somebody's auntie, Nana cupboard.
Yeah, that's in somebody's mama's break front. Right up in the china next to the tables.
That's where she keep the brown sugar.
Yeah, it looked like a gravy holster. Like, it was wild, bro. It was wild. I was still mad. They were like, she presented it with two hands and she took it with two hands. I'm like,
I'll tell you, that's the shit they bring to your table when you want milk in your coffee. That's what it is.
It's smaller than a basketball.
Yo,
like what kind of sport is like?
She didn't even have to use a bicep. It was just it's all finger weight.
When I seen the replay, I was like, nah, that's not the trophy.
Right.
Somebody, I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out. Haha, this is the real one. No one came. Nobody came. That was the trophy. Yeah. They called it a trophy, not an award. They called it a trophy. But hey, man, gotta do better. Gotta do better.
Facts.
But I know you brought up everybody was in support of Brittney Griner. Earlier this week as well, or late last week at this point, she had to plead guilty to drug charges in Russia. She still could face up to 10 years if convicted, unfortunately. She wrote a letter to Biden, more so explaining her issue in better detail, but more so just trying to let him know to keep her in his prayers, and please make sure you are doing all within your power as the leader of this free nation to try to get her situation extradited as quickly as possible. Now, I'm for Brittney. I'm for the situation at hand. Being a U.S. citizen, I do feel that it's a bit excessive, but also as a black U.S. citizen, I understand that you can't bring your ball to everybody's court. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, she got caught up in the melee of bringing your ball to somebody else's court. Like, there's rules here you need to abide by, and what you have on your person is not allowed in this country. She got caught up in her. It's weird. It's a terrible gray area, because if she got caught with the same thing stateside, slap on the wrist, you can't do that again. Pow pow, go about your day. But over there across seas, it's a whole nother animal. But hope she's home soon. Hopefully I keep seeing this 10-year thing, and it keeps spooking me out every time I see it, because it's a possibility. And from February to today, I didn't think this amount of time could be a possibility for someone of her caliber, Yep. So I'm just holding my breath throughout this whole duration, because everything else has gone south for her in this situation. Yeah. And I would not be surprised if this part did as well.
Yeah, I'm concerned because, first of all, Joe Biden can't read a teleprompter, so I don't know if he read the letter right. And you out here, you got Jill Biden calling bodegas bodegas. So I'm a little concerned about who's running the country right now. But I am completely with you. Brittney Griner needs to come home. But what I do want us to talk about briefly is the lines about if this was LeBron, he would be home already.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I really, really need us to understand that if you want men to learn how to be better allies, we can't take moments when women are up against the gun and say if it were a man, it'd be different, especially in this situation. Mm-hmm. This situation isn't our common U.S. nonsense like you just said. She's overseas, guys.
Yeah.
I don't even play games when I go overseas.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I don't even want to bring the wrong lotion and spark any issues with them overseas. They will lock you up.
They're looking for you.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because whatever money you could bring to the situation is more than what they have. Mm-hmm. Whatever publicity, whatever it is. So I found that a little odd to hear that they would throw that in the mix, because come on, like LeBron's a person like anybody else. Why would you want to put his name in that situation? Yeah. They're all trying to support Brittney. They're all trying to bring her home. Felt that was a little unfair, so that I just wanted to mention that real quick.
I get it, man, and I think it's just human nature to play the other side to see what would happen, or the if game. Not to take it to this extreme, but when a woman alleges rape, everyone takes the woman's side. Yo, such and such can't do that. That's not right.
Mm-hmm.
If a man says the same thing,
right,
unfortunately, it's looked at the other way. It's like, bro, how was it? And that's not, bro. It was a situation that I'm trying to tell everybody, but they pat me on the back. It's fucked up. It's a double standard, and people, they don't know when to pick and choose. They just do it all the time.
Yeah, and then let's not act like if this was just some other random woman in the world, it wouldn't even have got this much attention. So this, we can slice this how many ways y'all want about how things could have went. The fact of the matter is, just like Kenny said, you got to follow the rules, especially when you're going out the country.
Big time when you're out the country. It's not funny. Not funny. But yeah, man. Hopefully she comes on soon. I'm not sure when the next court date is. But once you plead guilty, I'm not really sure what else you're waiting on at this point other than arraignment. Yeah. So we'll see. See how it works out. It's NBA. We talking about y'all? You feeling himself too much?
So in this particular case, man, Taylor Rooks interviewed John Morant and
Taylor. Sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely love Taylor. And of course, there's the conversation of MJ and, you know, what he would say to MJ as being one of the greats and the impact he has had on his career. And of course, you know, like any ball player worth their salt, he says he would cook MJ one-on-one. Now, this ballooned into a big conversation, and this isn't really just directed at John Morant. This is directed at anybody that's trying to continuously compare eras. And we really need to look at this really analytically, right? Michael Jordan in his era ran his era. There's no question about it. If we say that in today's era, Michael Jordan would struggle with the LeBrons, the Steph Currys, the James Harden's, KD's. Can you imagine the basketball IQ of a Michael Jordan in today's basketball? With the technology advances, with the training, Michael Jordan would have still been Michael Jordan. Yeah, you know, like, people really don't understand that it's about this up here. He had the talent. He just knew that he had to do certain things in order to win. And nobody worked harder than him in the game.
No.
You mean to tell me you put that kind of work ethic and basketball IQ in today's NBA and he's not destroying these boys? I'm sorry. You got to have more respect for the OGs that valued the game. This isn't Isaiah Ryder. You know what I mean? We're talking about Michael Jordan. Come on. It's like saying LeBron wouldn't have survived in Michael Jordan's era. You put LeBron's mentality in the 80s, you don't know what he is. You know what I mean? He probably is just as good as he is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it took me a while. I'll admit it. It took me a while to say, yeah, I think LeBron would have survived in the 80s and 90s. But I started to think about basketball IQ, work ethic, just mentality of the player. And you can see come on, man. We're going on 20 years straight. This brother has ran the NBA.
By the way.
There is no way that he doesn't survive in the 80s and 90s.
Nah.
So that's just where I stand on that.
I agree. John's bugging. I get it. Like, hey, when you're young, you're in the league. You feel you're the best in the sport. I get it. If somebody asks who's the best basketball player, who's the best basketball player to a basketball player, you gotta say me. That's your job. If you said anything else, people might look at you funny.
That's a fact.
But saying you'll cook one of the goats, that's not how you do it, man. That's not how you do it.
And you know what's funny? I saw a quick clip from Ray Allen where he was talking to another kid, and the kid was talking about LeBron James is the GOAT. He says, well, what areas of basketball is he the GOAT in? Is he the best shooter? Is he the best dribbler?
LeBron's the best at a statistic that's not measured.
Exactly. You
Longevity.
know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So, but he asked him, what is he really great at? Like, we knew what Larry Bird was great for. We knew what Magic Johnson was great for. Mm-hmm. What is LeBron really the GOAT of? And then he walks away from the kid. Because the kid had no answer. He was just looking at him like, I mean, he's great statistically and longevity. Yeah, definitely. Don't get me wrong. I do think LeBron is in the GOAT conversation, but that was I've never seen nobody break it down like that.
Mm-hmm. What is he great at?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like Larry Bird, he's not a one-trick pony. He could do all these things. He could play whoever's on your other side, from the point to the center.
Right.
But that's not a stat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't measure heart. They don't measure how many years you've been here, as far as comparing to those that only could do the same thing you did for a short amount of time. They don't break it down that way, and that kind of hurts Bron. Mm-hmm. But when his time is done and you look back on it, you appreciate his greatness. Yeah. But unfortunately, he has to leave for you to appreciate it, because you can't appreciate it when it's live in front of you. When Steph is cooking them in the finals right now, it's tough to see shit like that. Mm-hmm. But once his time comes and goes, and he's officially just on a sideline watching the game like a real fan, people are gonna miss it, because there's not too many kings in high school that could keep that name the duration of their career. You know what I'm saying? So we'll miss it when he's gone, and we have no other person to look up to. We'll see. It's gonna suck, but we'll see.
Yep, absolutely.
You thought it was sad. You thought you were sad when Jordan left the second time. Man, when LeBron does call it quits, I'm gonna be a little hurt. I'm gonna be hurt, because I've seen him get drafted. I can't say I didn't see Jordan get drafted, but I was young. Yeah. So the impact in my life wasn't as, I can't say it wasn't as strong, but it wasn't as sincere. To see somebody like LeBron James to the Cleveland, to see all that in live time as an adult eyes, kind of, it's going to be different, bro. It's going to be super different when he leaves. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. But, yeah, man, we'll see. Mm-hmm. What else is it? Oh, anything else with the job thing?
Nope.
Trying to think of anything else with NBA. Not that I know of. But over in the NFL, man, Heinz Field for the Pittsburgh Steelers will no longer be called such. It will move on to Acrisure Stadium. Oh, that's an ugly name. But yeah, Heinz has decided they no longer want to renew. What's it called? Not a sponsorship. What's the technical name for people buying out stadiums? Licensing fees or something like that, but they no longer want to pay that fee. And Heinz Stadium will now be called Acrisure Stadium. I hate this, because when you just grow up knowing something, then it just switches. Like the Battery Tunnel, it's not the Battery Tunnel no more. I don't even know the new name, but it's not the Battery Tunnel no more. And for the life of me, I just refuse to remember the new name. It'll always be Heinz Field, because it's what it is. It's what you grew up on. But Acrisure going forward, not ready. Staples, whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Not ready.
Crypto Arena or something like that.
Not ready for it. Not ready. Oh, man. Getting towards the end of the show, we got our appreciations and our RIPs, unfortunately.
Yes.
Let's start with the sad. It's been a rough month for the gangsters in Hollywood.
Indeed, man.
From Ray Liotta on the last show, James Caan a couple of days before, but now Tony Serico. Or was it vice versa? I think James might have passed first.
Yeah, James.
Sorry about that. I apologize. But James Caan at 82, Mr. Sonny Corleone from The Godfather, he has passed away. And then a few days after that, Tony Serico from Sopranos fame passes. Mr. Paulie Walnuts, as we know him by. But it's just been rough. Like, I'm happy to gangsters live into their 80s. Yeah. But it's just sad to see, like Hollywood royalty kind of just fall off the wagon. Like, it's
man, I mean, 80 ain't a bad age, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they done seen some things. Listen, our parents grew up watching them, so You know, it's always interesting to see that, but you know what they say about that shit, right? When you start seeing people that you grew up watching die, that mean you getting old as fuck.
You getting old, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's two things. When you don't recognize the what's the shit with the sauce? The freshman cover sauce.
Oh yeah,
when
yeah.
you don't recognize the names no more, and when all your heroes are starting to fade and fall off and pass, time is catching up to you, my man. Time is catching up.
That's a fact, man. Oh, so over to appreciation, man. We're gonna start with Jessica Holtz. She became the first female agent to secure a max contract for both Devin Booker and Karl Anthony Towns, both on the same day. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Hey, man. Kyrie need a home. KD need a home. Jessica, if you hear me, man, please reach out to these brothers, man. They fake unemployed, man. They fake unemployed right now. They ain't broke. They not gonna be on the unemployment line. But
I'm over the Nets, man. That's the biggest novella in NFL. I mean NBA TV right now, man.
I'm more concerned about Ben, bro. Nobody care about Ben Simmons.
Ben don't care about Ben. Ben ain't. The last tweet Ben sent was him sweating, talking about, I don't even remember. You know what I mean? But Ben needs to get on the court and prove himself basketball-wise before we talk about Ben and basketball anymore.
Oh, man. I'm going to jump this one because I want you to come back to this one. But another quick shout-out. The Raiders, the Oakland Raiders? Los Angeles Raiders. They have named a new president, Miss Sandra Douglas Morgan. She is the first black woman to be named a team president in the NFL. Boyaka. Shouts to you. Appreciate you, Miss Morgan. I'm pretty sure you're going to do good things, great things. But another notch in the hat for a black woman.
That's right, man. Definitely. And last but not least, man, we're going to send appreciation to Jasmine Brown. I believe she is the wife of Cam Newton or girlfriend.
Partner.
We're just going to go with partner, right? Yeah. She is the partner of Cam Newton. And she recently was doing an interview, podcast, whatever it was. But she made comments on being a submissive woman. And, of course, there's always the uproar of, well, if I had $1 million boyfriend, my man made a bunch of money and I could just sit at home, I would be submissive too. I'm going to let you start with your thoughts because I have mine.
Do you gotta be a millionaire for your partner to be submissive?
Apparently. Apparently, that's the button.
That's the button?
That's the button.
I gotta get there. I'm not there yet.
I know, right?
I gotta get there. I side with her. I get it. Like we spoke about this a little bit beforehand, but some women make it a job of this to make sure their counterpart needs for nothing. I appreciate that. Other partners just kind of ride the ship, so to speak. They're not steering it. They're just like, "Oh, we going here? All right, cool." Jasmine, she rode the ship. Yeah, she rode the ship. She knew where we was going. Knew we was coming back. Knows when you need your back scratched, shit like that. You appreciate stuff like that. Some women don't find the need to be that person. Probably because they're not with a millionaire. But yeah, man, it's a sticky topic. What's your thoughts on it?
So, I have my interesting theory on this, and I've had plenty of conversations. Right? You are who you are in this world, and it's more than just a line from Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are. The big thing about it is, ladies, if you are the type of woman that likes to do her own thing, likes to create, likes to be responsible for something, create something, there is no way you're going to sit at home and just cater to your man. There's no way, right? That's in you. It's in you to go out there and make an impact. There are some people who are, just to Kenny's point, great at submission. They know exactly what temperature he likes his tea. They know as soon as he gets home, he probably wants a fruit basket or he wants a taco. They know how to massage. They know what to do. They are obsessed with that portion of the relationship, which is pleasing and making their man happy or woman happy and catering. Because there are men that do this too, right? There is no way that money is going to be the trigger that makes you better. There's no way. You know what I mean? Because for me, if that was the case, then a lot of y'all would be doing different jobs. Because a lot of y'all are being paid to do some shit that y'all don't even want to do.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? And you go there and you got to do it with a smile, but then you come home to your man and it's a fight from the minute you walk in to the minute you both go to sleep. If you go to sleep, right? But then you go to that dude that's signing the check and you give him the world because he's signing the check.
Money's involved, though.
You know, exactly, right? But if it was that simple, then back to our question segment, right? Take out the imagine if we and put a let's there. And take yourself away from having to go work for somebody so you don't have to be so tired so you can make your life a little better. And listen, I am not against the fact that it should be equal partnership. We're not talking about that. We're talking about when a woman says she wants to be submissive to her man, stop criticizing her for it. It's her choice. It's the same way you make a choice not to do everything for your man. Your man has to help out, and that's what makes y'all a strong couple. That is great. But don't be mad at me if I'm getting fed grapes on a Tuesday. That's just something that my woman probably likes to do. You know what I mean? So when we get these brave women who come out and take on a different stance from the status quo of what women should be, we need to stop tearing them down.
I'm gonna shoot the non-submissive woman some bell here. I truly believe Jasmine Brown, this is her occupation. Pleasing her partner. Not that she has no other ambition or goals or anything outside of that, but she treats this as her 9 to 5. It's something she wants to focus on day in and day out. No days off, no vacations. I'm here. Granted, I don't think it's a pay for play thing, but the fact that I'm being compensated for it does help. And with that, I have my question for you. Do you think, I'm not saying you personally, but do you feel if one may put their partner on the payroll, your relationship gets different?
Oh, hell yeah.
For the good or for the worse?
It depends on the payroll. You know what I mean? It really depends on the payroll and the expectations, right? Like I said, it's got to be in you. So, perfect example. If the only issue has ever been that you're a little tired when you try to cater to your man, then the minute he puts you in a position where you don't have to work, all you got to do is worry about doing all the other shit.
Pretty much.
You don't have to worry about the 9 to 5 no more. But if this is something different where culturally or, nature versus nurture, the way you were raised, a man got to take care of himself. A man got to bring something to the table. You as a woman need to go out there and get something for you because you need to be something without that man. You need to be an individual. Those type of women, if you put them on the payroll, it ain't about them pleasing you. You just got yourself a partner on top of a partner.
Correct.
Because now, not only are we together, now we in business together.
Facts. Big facts.
And now y'all gonna be making decisions together. It becomes a totally different situation. So that's just how I see it. And ladies, we are always open for this back and forth. We do this on a Tuesday. Sure. You know what I mean? So I'm open to talking to anybody about it because I've always had this particular conversation, especially with my wife. You will do almost anything for the person that's signing your check at work, but will question your man to the brink of forget it. I don't want to do it no more because it's your man. Yeah. And this is the person if you're in our position, right, you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me all I got to do is match what he's paying you and I get some peace? You know what? I'm going to put myself to the grind. You know what I mean? But I know for sure that even if I do that, it's not going to change who you are because you just are who you are. And don't get it twisted. We love y'all the way you are.
Every
you know
day.
what I mean?
Please don't think we don't.
You know what I'm saying? But stop tearing down the girls that want to be different.
That's it.
Let them be different.
They different. They different.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, man. Last one. If you, granted, to bring it a little personal, our counterparts, I think they're a good mix of both. Little submissive, little, bossy. They got to do both.
70-30.
I'm not going to even ask what's what. If your partner came with you with an ultimatum where I'm either going to be 100% this or 100% that, what would you choose?
Shit.
We'll see you next week.
I like that.
We'll bring that one to the chats. We'll see what you would do if you had a choice.
Definitely. So some things coming up, man, before next episode, man.
Oh,
big birthdays, brother. Talk about that first one.
That firstborn, man. The big double one, man. She's going to be 11 next week, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know where the time went. I don't know where it's gone. But that decade has flown by. And baby girl will be 11. Savannah, we love you.
Yes.
Enjoy your birthday. I hope you didn't hear this episode because we talked about disgusting shit at the beginning. But we love you.
Yes. That's my goddaughter. Love her, man.
Birthday. Many more. Also, Mr. Carter, man.
Yes.
Ebony Rao, man. You're doing great work over there with the young god. But yeah, man, he's got a birthday coming up. Same day.
Hitting the big Cinco.
Yo, man. These kids is just growing, bro. Growing.
Hell yeah. Then big birthday shout outs to my father-in-law, man. Love that dude, man. And then also, happy belated to our homie, one of the best party planners, the
Big facts.
Most positive energy. Denise, we love you, man. Happy belated birthday. While we're recording this, she's actually out in Italy having the time of her life.
Be nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You know, while we're here working hard, sweating, she's chilling, man. But love you, Denise, man. And once again, make sure y'all go check out my man B. Family, Smokephi Beej.
Facts.
New mixtape out, Easy Money Franklin's on all platforms, man. Smokephi. Anything else, brother?
I think I'm good, man. If Denise do hear this though, let her know I need that salad, that watermelon
salad.
Man, she made it one. It was one event.
Yeah,
like maybe 3 years ago. I've been trying to get it back since.
Man.
Other than that, man, I'm good for the middle of the month.
All right, man. Listen, we gotta go, man. But we hope y'all love this episode. We got it in deep on some real relationship shit. You know,
some nasty shit too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We showed you where the porn stash was, but then we also asked you to be a little bit submissive.
Yeah,
you know,
balance,
nasty, classy, nasty, classy.
Balance. It's all about balance.
Indeed, man. But listen, you are now. Wait, before that, the new gear.
Oh,
yeah.
Yo, I gotta apologize to anybody and everyone. I know what I told y'all last show. I know I told yo it's gonna be out on the first. I lied. I'm sorry about that. I mean no disrespect.
We meant August 1st.
Yeah, man. But the IT department, man, and a lot's been going on in the works, but it should be out, man. It should be out. If not, I got another apology ready for y'all for the next one. But new merch is out, summer lineup, a lot of good stuff, a lot of accessories, a lot of men's goods, women's goods. Let us know what you hate, what you love, what you want to see more of. But FCP shop, man. Go get that.
Yes, sir. So listen, it's that time, man. You are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
I'm King Capnick.
See you back next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind. Can you believe Joe Biden said Bogadas?
Yo, I don't know. Like, with a straight face. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Niggas never had a bacon and cheese in their life.
She should have said to all the unique Bogadas in the Bronx.
I know niggas in the crowd looked around like, yo. Let's wrap it up.
This is like he lost mad votes, man.
Big votes. Put that nigga on the bike again.